The biggest new release of the last couple of months is obviously the Spring 2019 or 9.0 release. This is a Sugar Cloud and on-premise release. And if you have forgotten or are unaware, Sugar has a new release cycle where they have quarterly releases that are available only in the Sugar On Demand cloud, and then they have yearly on-premise upgrades that roll up all of those changes through the past year of those quarterly releases. So if you're up on-premise and upgrading from version 8 to version 9, you'll have all the new features from version 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, and 9.0 rolled into one big upgrade. A couple of the highlights when moving from 8.0 to 9.0 include quote improvements with a couple of new dashlets that make it really easy to add products to your quotes, a comment log field on cases that make it easy to log new comments to your case, emoji support, report improvements, improved scheduling, exporting of new types, new grouped bar chart type, additional stock reports. And then there's been lots of advanced workflow improvements. And a couple of my favorite items are a lot of bug fixes and security fixes. So if you're on-premise and not on the most recent version of Sugar, you should upgrade soon.
I'm just going to add to that, there's also been a ton of performance improvements between 8.0 and 9.0. Sugar published a blog post a few weeks ago citing some pretty impressive numbers in terms of their performance improvements that they've had over the last year. So if you want to check that out, that's what's on Sugar Community. It was pretty popular for at least a while, so it's probably not too hard to find on there. Are you talking about the 8.3.0 to 9.0?
If you're on demand and upgrading from 8.3 to 9.0, a couple of the new features just released in the last week or two are shared email accounts. So now internally here we have a support desk with support@techadv.com. We can all log into Sugar and all send from the support@techadv.com email address. You can now designate a reply to name and email address for your outgoing email accounts. I mentioned that comment log on cases where now you can expand and collapse those. And then, of course, we've already mentioned that advanced workflow has been renamed to Sugar BPM. And they've added support for tagging, import and export improvements of your Sugar BPM workflows, and enhanced operators for process termination. A couple of other new releases, Mobile SDK 6.4.1 back in March 15th. I believe they upgraded the version of Node.js, which probably doesn't mean anything to anyone other than a developer. But it's always nice to keep up to date on the current versions of software. And then the Sugar connector for Marketo and the customer journey plugins both had releases to prepare them for version 9.0. If you're using either of those things and you haven't upgraded them to the most recent version, you should probably do that before you upgrade to version 9.0. Also, after our last user group, Sugar version 8.0.3 was released, which had 17 security patches. So that was a very important one. And then MS Word and Excel plugin updates that fixed an issue with LDAP or single sign-on. And then Word had fixed an issue with mail merging.
All right, guys, so our next user group is going to be in June. The registration link for that is also found in the resources box on your On24 platform. And as Megan mentioned, if you don't see it there, if it's not open right now, if you go down to the bottom, there's something called widgets, and it should be that green one with the little piece of paper. And if you click that, it'll open it up. So feel free to register for that. We're going to be talking about mobile app, specifically, what are some of the most valuable mobile functions? How can we maximize our use of the mobile app? Obviously, that's, you know, we're in a mobile age. It's something a lot of people are doing, especially sales reps who are always on the go. So that's going to be a crucial topic to cover. And then, of course, our annual Chicago Sugar Workshop. This is our once-a-year super-duper live event related to sugar. If you aren't registered yet, the registration link is there for you, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen I put the promo code, which is a bunch of random letters, so sorry. But you can, like I said, I'll send out a follow-up email to this, and I will include that information a second time. But if you're unfamiliar with the Chicago Sugar Workshop, it's an event that we put on annually. This year it's going to be from May 14th through the 16th, and it's basically participate as you see fit. May 14th is an opportunity for you to come into our offices and have one-on-one meetings with Justin or Megan or our customer success manager, Megan Dries, or our CEO, Sam, basically anyone that you want to talk to about, you know, a project you're trying to do or a difficulty that you're facing or any topic that is important to you. We reserve that day for you guys to come in and set aside that time for us to be with you. The 15th is the workshop day. We do that at the Park Ridge Country Club, which is down the street from our offices. If you're familiar with O'Hare Airport, it's basically 12 to 15 minutes from O'Hare Airport. So if you were flying in for this, you would simply get off the plane and then you could Uber or Lyft over there, and it'd be real easy. And that is going to be covering a lot of interesting topics. So obviously it's our Chicago Sugar Workshop, so we cover a lot of sugar-related information. We'll cover new sugar features. We'll go over the sugar roadmap. Where's the product going? That's going to be presented by a sugar representative, and they will tell us, you know, what's expected in the coming years, what sugar's been working on. And then we're going to hear from one of our customers about some special customizations that they've done in their system and how that's working for them and why they perform those customizations. And then aside from sugar, just kind of business and general business information, we're going to be talking about relationship analytics. We're going to be talking about omni-channel communication. And if you don't know what omni-channel communication is, that's basically the idea that, and you probably all experienced it, you go on a website and you chat to customer service, and then you receive an email about that chat, and then someone calls you following up on that email. All those different communication channels are not only connected, but they're connected in a way where that information and data between those channels is coming through, so that creates a more seamless customer experience. So we're going to be talking about stuff like that. We're going to be talking about some interesting sugar add-ons, and just a lot of, we're just cramming in as much information as possible into that day, and not just that, but as much fun as we can. So we'll have a cocktail reception at the end of the day. We'll be serving breakfast and lunch. The Country Club has amazing breakfast burritos, so get there early. And then the 16th is the last day of the event, and that's where we're going to be doing sugar training. If you've done training with us before, you know it can cost a good amount. So that's your opportunity to come in and learn some crucial sugar features with us, and I'll be releasing the full agenda and our training schedule soon, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what to expect and just remind everyone that this is the only time of year that we do this, and we would love to see your faces and get some one-on-one time with you guys and interact with you and help you guys with anything that you need help with. So for more information, you can go to shyworkshop.com, and again, that's located, that information in the console there on your resources. If you just click the link, it'll take you right there and give you all the options that you need. If there's any questions or if you need help with anything, please feel free to reach out to me at marketing@techadv.com, and I'll happily help you with that.